So, as a data analyst, what do you actually do in your day-to-day life?
So I work with SQL and I write the queries to get the data from our database. So there are multiple teams in our company and everybody needs some sort of data to work ahead. So they send out their requests. So for example, this is my request, like how many users have come to our platform today.
What are the most important subjects that someone should learn to come into the data field?
So the first would be SQL, then you can go for Excel, Google Sheet, writing queries and writing the formulas in Google Sheets.
So once the resume gets shortlisted, what all rounds of interviews are there?
HR round, I got an assignment. Then there was an assignment discussion round, then a managerial round, then the final.
So what is your go-to strategy to crack any interview?
My go-to strategy is to be confident. Just be surely confident about what you're saying.
Hi everyone, my name is Shivangi Tiwari and welcome back to my channel. आज की पॉडकास्ट में हमारे साथ शाइमा है. She has really good experience in the field of data, but interesting fact ये है कि she comes from a bio background. बायोटेक बैकग्राउंड से आने के बावजूद शी हैज ट्रांजिशन इनटू द डेटा फील्ड. सो आज की पॉडकास्ट काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाली है. एंड फॉर ऑल दोज ऑफ यू जिन्हें कोडिंग में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, जिनको लगता है कि मैथ्स या टेक बैकग्राउंड ही होना चाहिए डेटा फील्ड में आने के लिए, उनके लिए ये पॉडकास्ट डेफिनेटली हेल्पफुल होने वाली है. हम एंड टू एंड सारा रोड मैप कवर करेंगे, रिसोर्सेज के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे, टूल्स एंड टेक्निक्स के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे, इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन, रिज्यूमे टिप्स, सब कुछ एंड टू एंड डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. But before we start the podcast, make sure you hit that like button. So hi Shaima, welcome to my channel. How are you doing?
Hi Shivangi, it's a pleasure coming here.
Thank you so much. So I have introduced you to my audience, but would like you to introduce yourself to my audience again.
Sure. Hey everyone, this is Shaima Ahmed, and I have done my BTech and MTech from KIT Bhubaneswar. Currently, I am residing in Bangalore, and I'm working as a data analyst at Kratos Gaming Company.
So Shaima, I would like to know your educational background. Like आपका 12th में क्या background था? Then BTech MTech जो आपकी dual degree है, उसमें आपका background क्या था?
So 12th में मेरा background bio ही था, and then even in BTech and MTech I had a dual degree. So उसमें भी my major was in biotechnology. So all throughout I have been a bio student.
Okay. तो bio student होते हुए, how did you develop interest in data field?
Okay, ये थोड़ा सा interesting है. तो हमारा जो final semester था, then we had a subject called genomics.
Okay.
So there they were teaching this one concept, and at the end of it, there was something called data analysis. तो मुझे ऐसा लगा कि nobody elaborated about data analysis. They explained the entire theory, everything, but nobody explained about that one particular part. So मुझे थोड़ा सा वो curiosity हुआ, तो मुझे थोड़ा सा पढ़ना था उसके बारे में. Then I studied a bit about it. Then I found this subject called bioinformatics, which is the data analysis of biotechnological data or biotech related data. Like for the bio people out there, it's the DNA sequencing of it. So when I started doing that, I learned Python, and I was using Python, and मुझे थोड़ा अच्छा लगने लगा वो जो logic build करना and the handling of the data, finding insights from it. मुझे वो part थोड़ा सा interesting लगने लगा. Then I realized all this is coming under one umbrella subject, which is called the data side. So I started reading more about it, and then finally I realized that biotech, when I'm like doing bioinformatics, it's restricting me to like a couple of companies and a small segment only. So I thought of going into the bigger subject, which was data science or data analytics. That's when I decided to switch to analytics.
नाउ दैट यू नो कि आज के टाइम में डेटा डोमेन की कितनी ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस है मार्केट में, तो अगर आप ML इंजीनियर बनना चाहते हो, डेटा एनालिस्ट बनना चाहते हो, या डेटा की किसी भी फील्ड में एक्सपर्टीज गेन करना चाहते हो, सो बॉस कोडर अकेडमी कैन डेफिनेटली हेल्प यू आउट. So if you're a working professional, you can definitely check out Boss Coder Academy if you are interested in the data domain. They have awesome instructors from companies like Facebook, Google, Amazon, etc. So these instructors, since they are industry experts, they can really guide you well. And आपको एक one-on-one mentor भी मिलता है जिसके साथ आप regular mock interviews कर सकते हैं. Along with all of this, you also get sessions on resume building, career tips, LinkedIn optimization, etc. And on top of that, you get job support also. So they have helped more than 1,000 students to get placed in awesome companies like Amazon, Atlassian, Microsoft, etc. अगर इनके करिकुलम की बात करें तो इन्होंने सारे ही टॉपिक्स को बहुत अच्छे से एंड टू एंड कवर किया है, जैसे कि SQL हो गया, विजुअलाइजेशन हो गया, और ML इंजीनियरिंग के जो टॉपिक्स है जैसे कि डीप लर्निंग, NLP एंड ऑल, इट इज़ ऑल कवर्ड एंड टू एंड. सो इट्स अ वेरी एक्सटेंसिव एंड वेरी नाइस करिकुलम. ऑल्सो करिकुलम में लाइव प्रोजेक्ट्स इंक्लूडेड है विच विल गिव यू एन हैंड्स ऑन एक्सपीरियंस. एंड क्लासेस की बात करें तो क्लासेस लाइव होंगी, एंड साथ के साथ आपको हर लाइव क्लास का रिकॉर्डिंग भी प्रोवाइड किया जाएगा, एंड यू कैन एक्चुअली एक्सेस दीज रिकॉर्डिंग्स थ्रू योर लाइफ टाइम. सो यानी कि रिकॉर्डिंग का जो एक्सेस है वो आपको लाइफ टाइम मिलेगा. एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट इज यू गेट एन ऑब्जर्वेशन पीरियड ऑफ 14 days. तो अगर इन 14 दिनों में आपको कोर्स अच्छा नहीं लगता है, सो यू कैन आस्क फॉर योर रिफंड एज वेल. So if you are targeting to build your career in the data domain, don't forget to check out Boss Coder Academy. Link मैं description और pinned comment में दे दूँगी. Now let's move ahead in the podcast. But the thing is कि आप चूँकि coding background से starting से नहीं थे, आपका bio background था, so you must be facing a lot of challenges while you decided to learn about data science. What challenges you were facing at that time?
So when you go and search data science or data analytics or anything, first thing you will find is you will get a vast amount of resources. Everybody is posting about it. Everybody is posting videos and notes and everything. So when you're starting off now, you don't know where to begin from. So
Right.
the starting point is very difficult. So you get bombarded with information कि ये करना है, वो करना है, this, that. But वो जो इनिशियली जब तुमको कुछ नहीं पता होता है तो तुमको जो बेसिक स्टार्ट करना होता है वो थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट होता है. बट वंस यू कैच इट देन वो जो दिस जस्ट सॉर्ट ऑफ लाइक अ क्लिक व्हेन एवरीथिंग बिकम्स क्लियर. So that start was very difficult, and figuring out which resources work out for you, which videos, tutorials is working out for you, that is very difficult. वो थोड़ा सा टाइम लगता है इस वक्त.
आई अंडरस्टैंड. ये एक मेजर चैलेंज होता है कि जब या तो आपके पास बहुत सारी रिसोर्सेज हैं और मटेरियल है तब आप कंफ्यूज होते हो, और या तो फिर नहीं है तब आपके पास क्लैरिटी नहीं होती कि स्टार्ट कैसे करना है. सो आई टोटली रिलेट टू इट. सो द थिंग इज, द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन दैट कम्स इन माई माइंड इज कि जैसे डेटा के अंदर बहुत सारी डोमेन्स हैं, डेटा साइंस है, डेटा इंजीनियरिंग है, डेटा एनालिसिस है, a lot of other fields are there. Why did you specifically decide to come into data analysis field?
So, like you said, there are multiple fields, right? But all these fields, they are part of one huge process. And in the front end of it, we have the data analytics. And back end में जो काम कर रहा है, that is data science, data engineering.
ठीक है.
So, as a fresher who is just starting out in the field, it's very important to understand the front end part.
है.
जो तुम people के जो एक बिजनेस को क्या क्या डेटा चाहिए होता है, what metrics do you need, what kind of insights do you need to provide. So as a data analyst, this is the kind of things that you work on. So if you don't know the what kind of data I need to get और मुझे किस टाइप का डेटा प्रेजेंट करना होता है, तो how will you present the data if you don't know what you need to present? So that is why data analytics is a very good starting point. And that is where you understand the business, that is where you understand the subject in depth.
So you identified at very early stage that you are liking the front end part of it, as you explained. So as a data analyst, what do you actually do in your day-to-day life?
So in my day-to-day life, mostly I work. So I work with SQL. And I write the queries to get the data from our database. So there are multiple teams in our company, and everybody needs some sort of data to work ahead. So they send out their requests. So for example, this is my request, like how many users have come to our platform today. So it is my task to give them that data. Or from a business perspective, I want to know कि इस महीने कितना revenue आया है, और लास्ट महीने से कितना रेवेन्यू बढ़ा है, और इज द बिजनेस गोइंग बेटर. सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट आई डू ऑन अ डे टू डे बेसिस.
Got it. So I have talked to a lot of people who are into this data field, data science, data engineering a lot, and उनसे मुझे थोड़ा बहुत सुनने में आ जाता है that this much coding is needed. Eventually थोड़ा बहुत difficult हो जाता है learning about data, especially the data engineering part. तो आपको क्या लगता है कि अगर as a fresher, because we can get a job as a fresher in all these domains, right? As data scientist also you can apply, and then as a data engineer also you can apply, and then as data analyst also. तो आपको क्या लगता है कि डेटा एनालिस्ट पार्ट में अप्लाई करने के लिए इजीएस्ट चीज क्या होती है?
Data analyst part पे apply करने के लिए easiest and I think the only way to get into it is to learn SQL and Excel, Google Sheets.
है
So these are not exactly coding. So if you want to be a data analyst, it's not necessary that you have to learn Python or coding.
है
What I will say is that when you're joining a company where it's written Python is good to have or it's
Right.
an optional thing. So when you join a company, say you're working with SQL or you're working with Excel, you can only work on certain projects or
Yeah.
you can work till certain amount. So the other projects which include Python or which you might would have worked on it, you won't get to work on it. But
Right.
yeah, that being said, that if you don't have a knack for coding, it won't bother you anyway. You're happy working with Excel and you're happy working with the dashboarding and getting the data. So coding for a data analyst, it's not a must be. If you're
Okay.
inclined towards it and you like it, then that's it.
ओके गॉट इट. सो आपको आपके अराउंड कितने ऐसे लोग दिख जाते हैं हु आर नॉट फ्रॉम द टेक बैकग्राउंड एंड डूइंग द सेम वर्क दैट यू आर डूइंग? बिकॉज ये बहुत बड़ा कंफ्यूजन होता है लोगों के मन में कि बायो बैकग्राउंड है या लेट्स से आर्ट्स बैकग्राउंड है एंड दे वांट टू कम इनटू द डेटा फील्ड. तो ये बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन होता है कि विल आई बी एबल टू सर्वाइव और नॉट इन द फील्ड? सो व्हाट इज योर व्यू पॉइंट इन दैट?
So I think abhi, like for example, मेरी टीम में the data scientist जो मेरे टीम में है, he is from mechanical background.
ओके
Everywhere there are like multiple people who are not from like a technical background, but then still they are doing pretty well in the data field. And here, the only way you can survive here, like if you're saying that if you will be able to survive or not, the only way if you can survive here is by upskilling. If you are learning, say, X amount of SQL right now, from 2 months from now, it has to be 2x. You have to upskill yourself. And that is literally the only way you can survive.
Hey, that makes sense. So, coming
Yeah.
about the learning part, what are the most important subjects that someone should learn to come into the data field?
So the first would be SQL. Then you can go for Excel, Google Sheets, writing queries and writing the formulas in Google Sheets. Then the next step would be going for Python and learning the various libraries of Python like Pandas, NumPy. For visualization, you can use Matplotlib. And as a data analyst, it's like as a data scientist, this becomes very important. But as a data analyst, you need to know the basics of statistics. You don't
Yeah.
have to delve absolutely deep into it, but you need to know the basics of it. You need to understand it. And also another thing, you can start learning Power BI as well, because there are companies which are using Power BI, and that is the next big thing basically. If you just know Power BI, also there are jobs you can just get from knowing Power BI.
Okay, got it. Any other subjects that we are missing out?
Math, just don't hate math.
Okay, statistics, because yeah,
Numbers.
right. You'll be doing analysis, so maths and statistics.
Yeah,
You
there's
should.
just a lot of numbers. I
Yes.
remember like initially when I saw this one huge data sheet, I was like, wow, that's a lot of numbers there.
Yeah, so you should not hate maths. That's what she means.
No, try not to hate math.
So Shaima, I see that people say that do this certification, do these courses, and like you will be good to get a job. Does that matter? Does your certification and courses matter to get a good job in the data field?
So the thing is, it depends on the kind of student you are. So sometimes if you're a very intelligent student who know that I can complete this subject in this amount of time and I can do it, and you can put yourself in that schedule, then I don't think you need to go for some course or no, you have to enroll yourself into something. Because in this particular field, it's just about learning the skills and practicing it. You
Hmm.
will get all the resources online and you will get everything that you need to practice. You will again get it online. So if you can put yourself to that schedule and tell yourself, yes, this is when I do it, and you don't need that no strict how do I put it, that strict curriculum for yourself, then
Fair.
you don't need a course. You can do it by yourself and learn things by yourself.
Right. So वो जमाना गया when people used to look at your certificate and were like, wow, तुम्हारे पास इस चीज़ का certificate है. आज के टाइम पे it doesn't matter at all. अगर आप में skill set है, right. अगर आप में skill set है तो कोई certification या कोई course का degree हो ना हो, it doesn't matter. So, Shaima, if we talk about a particular roadmap that someone should follow to land a job into the data field right from the scratch, so what will that roadmap be according to you?
So, body to me, the first thing would be start with Excel.
Okay.
So, you start working with the various functions and the pivot tables, then the lookup functions, all sorts of lookup functions. Start writing the formulas and practicing the formulas. So, the first part would be to do Excel. Second would be SQL.
Yes.
So, like, gather as much knowledge as possible in Excel, because every company, most of the companies out there, they will definitely ask for SQL, if not anything else. So, next, if you're into coding or if you like coding, then you start with Python. You start with the basics of Python. You can start from absolute scratch, like from variables and just like the absolute the basics. Start from Python basics. Once you are good to go with the basics and you can practice some of the Python questions, then you can go into the library. So you learn pandas, and then you go and learn NumPy. Then you learn one of the visualization libraries, which would be say Matplotlib.
Okay.
So once you are done with this, you go and learn the basics of statistics.
Okay.
And I think once you have reached there, you are ready to apply to places and you're ready to start with the lookout for jobs or internships.
Okay, got it. So what resources did you follow to learn all of it?
So, first thing that I did as I went to YouTube and I searched Python course.
So Shaima, what resources did you follow to learn all of this?
So the first thing that I did when I wanted to search is like Python course, course on Python, and I went and I searched that on YouTube. So I got a couple of them. I followed some of them, like say Simplilearn and some other Coursera and all these courses. I did a couple of videos from them. I also did a few of them from Udemy. And then after you see a couple of videos, you will understand which ones help you understand better. And you can also go to 2 or 3 sources and say you're learning one concept, you don't understand it from one particular video, so you go to 2 or 3 other sources, watch the videos from this particular topic. So that will help you understand better.
Right.
And when you want to practice, you can go to HackerRank, you can go to LeetCode. And there are also W3 schools and all these kind of W3 schools and all these are all pretty good, and it's like completely free and all. Everything is out there. It's given very sequentially, so it will help you better.
Understood.
Like all the topics are listed down there.
Got it. So we have a couple of important subjects, as she mentioned, that SQL is there, Excel is there, Python is there, Power BI is there. A lot of subjects are there. So how did you allocate time for each subject, and were you able to parallelly study them, और या आपने एक उठाया उसको खत्म किया फिर दूसरा उठाया उसको खत्म किया? What was your strategy while you were studying?
So my strategy was that I wanted to know which is my strength subject first.
Okay.
तो मैंने थोड़ा थोड़ा पाइथन ड्यूरिंग बायोइन्फॉर्मेटिक्स किया था, तो मुझे पता था कि मुझे इसका थोड़ा बेसिक्स तो पता है. So I personally started with that. I did not start with SQL because since मुझे Python का थोड़ा सा पता था, so I started learning more about it or learning the libraries and everything. And then I started with SQL because I knew that SQL में मुझे थोड़ा सा time है because I have to sit and understand the concepts behind SQL. And there are other things like DBMS and ETL वगैरह, ये सब भी मुझे थोड़ा थोड़ा पढ़ना था. सब मिला के एक टोटल डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम जो था, तो वो पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट समझने के लिए मुझे थोड़ा सा टाइम चाहिए था. सो आई एलोकेटेड मोस्ट ऑफ माई टाइम टू SQL. क्योंकि it's not just one tool, right? You also have to understand what you're doing with it.
Right.
Not just going and writing something there. What are you
Right.
writing? Where is it us getting the data from? So थोड़ा सा structure भी तुमको थोड़ा सा समझना पड़ेगा. So I gave a chunk of my time to SQL. And then Power BI का what happened? So I started learning it while I was doing my internship in my last company. Because I had to do some small tasks, some couple of tasks there. So what I thought is that it's better I sit and study about it.
Right.
तो ये मतलब sort of like on the job training जैसा हो जाएगा मेरा. So Power BI also, and Power BI, once you start using that tool, you will get to understand कि मुझे यहाँ पे ज़्यादा focus देना चाहिए. ये मुझे उतना नहीं करना पड़ेगा. इसका utility उतना नहीं है. So you you pick up the basics while once you start using most tools.
Right. So one important point that you mentioned was कि पहले आइडेंटिफाई करो कि तुम्हारी स्ट्रेंथ क्या है, तुम्हारी वीकनेस क्या है, टाइम को अकॉर्डिंगली एलोकेट करो. मतलब अगर आपका कोई स्ट्रेंथ है, कोई लेट्स से शी सेड कि पाइथन, शी वाज ओके इन पाइथन, सो उसको उन्होंने कम टाइम दिया. शी न्यू कि एसक्यूएल में शी इज़ अ बिट वीक और शी हैज़ नो आइडिया, सो उसको उन्होंने अच्छा खासा टाइम दिया. सो एलोकेट योर टाइम इन सच अ वे कि आप सारे सब्जेक्ट्स को बैलेंस आउट कर पाओ. सो शाइमा, कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द वीडियो. सो जैसे हम प्रोजेक्ट बनाते हैं, व्हाट ऑल प्रोजेक्ट्स डिड यू मेक व्हाइल यू वर प्रिपेयरिंग, एंड इन जनरल हाउ डू यू डिसाइड कि किस तरीके का प्रोजेक्ट बनाना चाहिए which will add on value in your resume?
Okay. So यहाँ पे again this will come to play that what are your strengths? मेरे लिए मेरा Python मेरा strength था. So I started doing projects with Python first. तो मुझे पता था कि ये कर लूँगी मैं, ये मेरे से हो जाएगा. So I started picking up couple of projects which I found online. There are plenty of projects that you will get there and will get the help from online as well. तो मैंने कुछ वो Python का projects किया. And how will you decide which projects to do is what? कि अगर तुमको पता है कि तुम्हारा SQL strong है, then pick up an SQL project and do it. अगर तुमको पता है कि तुम्हारा Python strong है, pick up a Python project and do that.
Okay.
And also sometimes what helped me also that कुछ companies, जब मुझे like when I was appearing for those companies, I also got assignments from them. So when I was doing those assignments, that itself was like a project demo. Like I had to sit and work on it, and that became like a project for myself. So I can work on my skills, say, for them.
Got it. So if you don't mind, can you please tell us the name of some projects that you worked on? Not in the companies if you're not comfortable, but while you were preparing.
Yeah, so I got this one project where I was given a sales data.
Okay.
And I had to give the month-on-month analysis of it. And they had like a couple of questions which I had to answer via my analysis. This was one, sales data. Second, I got a project on a little higher concept here, which is called sentiment analysis.
Okay.
So they had given the entire PDF. They told me everything that needs to be done, like how it needs to be done and everything. I just had to do it in the form of a Python code.
Okay.
So this was one interesting project that I did. And very recently also I got the data from the company, from their product. And I had to give the sales and the revenue and product-wise, gender-wise, and on a month-on-month basis, say January, February, March, what is the rise or if there's a fall, what kind of insights can I give so that next month that company performs better.
So now coming to the resume part, what skills did you mention in your resume that helped in the shortlisting of your resume? क्योंकि jobs land करने में resume का एक बहुत important part होता है. It's very important कि आपका resume select हो. So what do you think were the factors that helped you in your resume shortlisting?
Okay, in my resume, I had given SQL, I had Python, I had statistics, and these are the key points which was very important in my resume shortlisting. And also, I did not have a lot of unnecessary information there, like co-curricular activities and all these things. Not necessary.
Okay.
You don't have to give a big description of what all you did in college. That the recruiters are genuinely not interested in knowing that.
Huh.
And also sometimes what people do is like they will put pictures that will take up a lot of this space. There's like different designs in resume. Keep your resume absolutely simple. Like what I do is that I build my resume in like Microsoft Docs. So keep it as simple as possible.
Got it. So once the resume gets shortlisted, what all rounds of interviews are there for the data analytics role?
It depends from company to company. Like in my previous company, I had an HR round. I got an assignment. Then there was an assignment discussion round. Then a managerial round. Then the final round.
Okay.
And in my last company, in my present company, there was just an HR round. I had a technical interview. They asked me questions on SQL and Excel. And then there was the final round.
Got it. So on an average, 3 rounds are expected, right? 1 technical round, 1 HRMR sort of and 1 discussion round also in between, right? Technical, discussion and HRMR sort of round.
If they give you an assignment, we will also set up like a discussion round for them.
Okay. So what is your go-to strategy to crack any interview?
My go-to strategy is to be confident. Just be surely confident about what you're saying. And don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to say that I do not know this. I'm a fresher. If they're asking you something, you answer 3 questions, and the third question, if you don't know it, say that I'm sorry, I don't know the answer to this question. Because they don't expect you to know 100% of the things. But then if you're sitting and faking at that they will know.
Yeah, that is something which is not acceptable.
That is not acceptable, yes. So be confident about what you know. So really explain the things that you do know. Don't be scared and just forget whatever you knew as well.
Yeah.
And so I think that is the key to a good interview.
Okay. So if you remember, what sort of questions were asked in your technical rounds? So can you tell us some examples?
Yes. So for SQL, I was asked questions on joins, which was very important. They gave me 2 columns, and they asked me if there's a join done on it, then what will be the resultant set. And that was one question. Second was asking about the VLOOKUPs and the XLOOKUPs in Excel. Because mostly in all the companies, people work with pivots and VLOOKUPs and all these things. So these questions, they will definitely ask me these questions. Another one is, what is the sequence of order of execution in SQL? Difference between union and union, or what is the difference between where and having by? These very conceptual questions here. For the freshers, they will ask you these conceptual questions a lot, so that they know that you understand what you did.
Right. Got it. So now the most interesting part, that what sort of salaries are offered in the market for the data role?
So, as much as I have noticed, they will give you somewhere around 4 to 7
in the beginning as a fresher.
In the beginning as a fresher.
Right. But what about the senior levels?
Senior levels, it first of all, it depends on how good you are at negotiation.
Okay.
So if you can, if you're working as an intern in a company and then you're getting converted, you also have a leverage that these have already worked for some time. So you can show that these are the work skills that I've shown. This is what I have done. So you can also extend it a little to say 8, 9.
Got it.
But in general, what I've seen, it's somewhere around 4 to 6.
Okay. So this is for the data analytics role, right?
Data analytics, yes.
Okay. So it is different in data science and data engineering roles.
Yes, it definitely. In data science, automatically it goes to like say a 10 and 11.
Okay. Got it. So I think we have got pretty good information from the podcast. Now coming to the end of the podcast, my question is ki, while you were doing your preparation, what mistake did you make? And you would like your friends or people who are watching you, you would ask them not to repeat that mistake. What was that one mistake?
So my mistake, what I did initially is that I started applying to companies.
Okay.
So the first day I read an SQL one page, and the next day I went and I started applying to companies. And I was already very excited, reaching out to recruiters and everything. So now, then when you get the interview or you get an assignment, you cannot justify that.
Yeah.
Again, you have read one page of SQL. You cannot learn SQL in one day.
Right.
On some of the courses, they claim that you can learn it in 10 days. You absolutely cannot. You
Right.
will need some time. So do not apply to places without knowing that you can. If you get the assignment, you can do justice to it. And also something that I would suggest to all the freshers is that reach out to people. Talk to people on LinkedIn, reach out to HRs, follow up, send out mails. Because there are a lot of people out there. So you have to be very proactive. You have to text people. You have to talk to them. That really helped me a lot.
So 2 key points. Appear for the interview when you are prepared. At least you are halfway done. Don't just start applying. And the second thing is, don't just sit and wait for the opportunity to come at your door. You have to go knock different doors and ask for the opportunity for yourself. So that's how it works. So Shaima, it was great interacting with you. We had a lot of insights on the data field. And since you were a fresher, so we got to understand the current market scenario also. So thank you so much for coming on my channel and sharing your knowledge and experience to us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, guys, if you like the podcast, so don't forget to hit that like button, share it to your friends and family, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so that you get notified whenever I post my new video. Thank you so much.